Hello, you have just purchased one of the finest sports-specific towboats in the world. It will provide you and your family with unending pleasure and the ability to enjoy water sports like wakeboarding, water skiing, wake surfing, tubing, kneeboarding, and wake skating. Before enjoying all these fun activities, however, it is imperative that you and your passengers listen to and adhere to the tips contained in this short safety message. Do a walk-around of the boat. If it is on a trailer prior to launch, it is easy to inspect the keel, rudder, prop, strut, drive shaft, and other exterior components, as well as the general condition of the boat. If you smell any oil or gas fumes, do not use the boat without first determining if the boat can be safely operated. Open the engine compartment, look for any gas or oil on top of the engine or in the bilge area. Again, check whether there is an odor of gasoline or oil. Check that the throttle and gear shift mechanism operates smoothly by applying the throttle in the forward and reverse direction. Check that the steering is smooth and operates all the way to the stops without any obstruction. Check that the fire extinguisher on board is fully charged. If you have an automatic fire extinguisher system, make sure that it is functional. Check to see that you have enough U.S. Coast Guard approved life jackets for the driver and all passengers, including towed water sports participants. Before starting the boat, operate the blower for a minimum of 4 minutes to clear any fumes from the bilge or engine compartment. While doing so, check that your passenger and participant list does not exceed the capacity plate on the boat. Make sure that your passengers are seated in a manner to achieve balance for the boat. Do not overload the bow. Evenly distribute and secure all gear, equipment, coolers, and anything else brought on board. Now it is time to start the boat and look at the gauges. Please refer to the owner's manual to determine safe operating temperatures, oil pressure, fuel, and operating best practices. If a safety lanyard is provided on the boat, ensure that the driver has it affixed in the appropriate manner. Weather can change quickly while on the water. Always check current and future weather conditions, as a storm, heavy winds, and/or large swells may make boating unsafe. It is important to brief your crew and participants that standing while the boat is in motion or sitting on the gunnel is prohibited. Passengers should use handholds when underway. All passengers should sit in the seats below the gunnel whenever the boat is in motion. Boat exhaust emits carbon monoxide, which is a colorless, odorless gas that can be injurious or even fatal if ingested at sufficient levels. Keep everyone away from the exhaust while the boat is running. Prop strikes can cause the most severe injuries in boating. Occupying the swim platform or swimming around the boat should only be done with the engine turned off and the boat stationary and in a safe environment. Always shut off the engine when riders are putting on equipment on the back of the boat. Never drag a passenger from the platform. Putting the boat in neutral will stop the prop, but it will take a few moments for the prop to come to a complete stop. Because of the near proximity to the prop and carbon monoxide, be particularly cautious with wake surfing. If using aftermarket ballast, always count this weight toward the capacity limit of the boat. The tower is not built for climbing on and should never be used for diving or jumping. Alcohol and drugs do not mix with boating. No one should be in or around the boat while impaired. A good driver is always smooth in his or her movements with the throttle and the steering wheel. Boats, unlike cars, do not react immediately to steering inputs. Do not panic and jerk the throttle from forward into reverse. Keep your bow up when crossing a wake. Drivers should maintain an unobstructed view. Avoid seating passengers in the bow in a way that may block the driver's view. While maneuvering, gauge the effect of modest steering input and adjust input as needed. Avoid sharp turns. Pre-established hand signals with the driver, observer, and rider are a vital form of communication while participating in boat-towed water sports. General hand signals are go faster, go slower, stop, go around again, return to dock, speed is okay. The rider should use the term hit it instead of go when ready for the boat to accelerate. Always steer clear of other boaters, personal watercraft users, and other towed participants in the water. When in motion, maintain visual surveillance all around the boat for submerged or partially submerged obstacles such as logs, debris, skis, or wakeboards and ropes. It is a good idea to approach fallen riders and skiers on the driver's side and maintain visual surveillance of them at all times. Always be aware that when a boat turns, that a towed enthusiast at the end of the rope will follow a different arc. Therefore, keep your rider clear of fixed objects and any other obstructions or hazards. And always maintain a safe distance to the shoreline. Remember, a rider will travel at a different speed than the boat unless they're traveling in a straight line. Know your waterway for shallow spots, sandbars, rocks, and other obstructions, and always operate the boat at safe speeds and in a safe manner. Be sure that the rope is clear of obstructions, the rider is clear of rope tangles, and the rider clearly expresses, "Hit it," before applying the throttle. Injuries involving ropes can be devastating and should be avoided at all costs. You are responsible for your wake. Slow down and be sure and yield the right-of-way to non-motorized boats such as sailboats, kayaks, and paddleboards. In a no-wake zone, stay between 3 and 4 miles per hour. When using a tow pylon, do not allow passengers to sit behind the tow point. Loose ropes should be coiled and stowed properly when they're not in use. Also, make sure that the ropes you're using are appropriate for the activity that you are engaging in. For example, ropes for tubes and inflatables are designed with appropriate tensile strength for the type of inflatable you're pulling. Do not exceed the weight capacity of the tower. If unknown, contact the manufacturer. Your boat is a technically advanced craft which can provide you years of pleasure. It does nonetheless require routine maintenance and a checkup every time you use it. Change oil with the oil type and frequency the manufacturer recommends. Please follow your manufacturer's maintenance schedule. Carefully follow instructions with respect to winter layup and always keep the boat clean and free of debris. Never use the boat if any mechanical or electrical components are damaged. It is a good idea to have an emergency kit on board which should consist of a horn, whistle, flare, or other devices to signal for help. Spare water is also a good idea to have on board. It's also a good idea to keep a simple tool kit on board. These can be obtained at a minimal price at many hardware stores, consisting of pliers, screwdrivers, sockets, and wrenches. When trailering your boat, be sure to put your vehicle in park and put on the emergency brake. If you follow these simple recommendations, we know you'll enjoy many years of family and recreational fun with your boat. Have a great day on the water.